So, if you were to think about Romania and you were me 3 months ago, sorry about that, we've got a little baby running around, you would have known maybe a few things. The capital, Bucharest, it's where gypsies come from, and it's where Dracula comes from, no relation. And if you were me about a week ago, you might have known the details of crossing the Ukrainian-Romanian border, which turned out to be you need a passport, obviously, a PCR test, and proof of COVID vaccination. Allegedly, if you're a dog, you need proof of a rabies test, but it seems that if you're traveling with a couple of outstanding and upstanding humans, they don't even look at the dog. Now, I've learned a few more things about Romania in the last couple of days. We've been here for about 36 hours now, and one of them is that the currency is the lei, and one lei, or well, I should say $1 is worth 4.44 lei. So I just go around dividing everything by 4, and that's about the right price, close enough anyway. Some stuff is a lot cheaper here, like wine. More on that later. The other thing is that we found this great Airbnb, and we rented it for an entire month for about $380. And so I just wanted to show everybody a little bit of what $380 can get you for a month in Romania. Now, right now, I'm standing in our courtyard, and it's decent sized. We've got, so just on the other side there is a parking spot, although the owner of the Airbnb is parked there right now, and we're parked in a similar one right across the way. And then back here, you've got this cool little alcove. This is the thing we put on the roof of the car to keep our luggage in. You've got a nice little fireplace over there, outdoor plumbing with hot water. There's a koi pond that currently has no koi in it. I don't think he actually rents this place out in the winter. And the reason I say that is back there, it's really dark, and I don't know where the light switch is, but there's a woodshed with a bunch of firewood in it. And he told us that when we rented this place out for a month, he's like, I had no idea that anybody was ever going to rent this place, in the wintertime. So I didn't have much wood back there. But you come in right through here, and you got Doctor there sleeping on the couch. Now, right now I can't show you the bedroom because Mommy's in there. Whoops, there we go. Mommy's in there teaching a lesson. But you've got a very functional little kitchen over here. It's kind of a mess because I made dinner and haven't cleaned up yet, but the stove runs off of this propane tank right here, and standard fridge and whatnot. And then here you've got the cool heating solution where we burn all the firewood, and it's got a setup that runs hot water through pipes over to a radiator right here and another radiator that's in the bedroom. It's a pretty comfortable place. We're a little bit at a disadvantage with the baby because it means that there's not really any place for us to work and study, because I've got classes that I'm taking at university, and I teach a couple of English classes, and my wife teaches a lot of English classes, and so the bedroom's really the only place where we can do that. There's a big TV in the bedroom, but we don't really watch TV. Although, I kind of make an exception to that around this time every 2 years to watch the Olympics. But this is what we have learned about Romania in the last 2 months or so. So, there are a lot of references to Dracula, and one of the major banks here is called the Bank of Transylvania, which I thought was pretty funny because to locals it's probably nothing, but to me it sounds spooky and Halloweeny. and they have a lot of brands of wine and restaurants and stuff that make references to Dracula, which I'm sure are just tourist traps, but what are you going to do? But yeah, so gypsies, oh, there's definitely a lot of gypsies here. We've seen them on the roads. And when we're driving around, they've got their little horse-drawn carts and sometimes actual cars. And we saw one camp the other day when we were driving that may or may not have been gypsies, but it probably was. It was a bunch of mobile trailers on the side of the highway. But yeah. Oh, and then I really love this. This is one detail of this Airbnb that I really love. So I'm guessing these are grapevines, and they go up and they cover the whole roof here. And you can see you've got grapevines all along this fence as well. They go up, and I bet that this is just spectacular when it's all green and grapey. But at the moment, it's kind of meh. I'd really like to come back and try this place out in the summer sometime though, because that's what it's designed for. It looks to me like it's this is a bunch of garages, because you can see right next door, like it's kind of a low building. That one looks lower than it actually is because the ground is sloping. But these are a bunch of garages, and this is like a garage that he converted into a living area. We've got that nice automatic light over there that comes on at inconvenient moments. But and here's the little chimney for our. I don't even know what that thing is called. It's like in Russian or in English, but I mean that whole column in the bathroom gets really, really hot, and then there's a little temperature gauge on the outgoing water supply that tells you how hot it is, and if we keep it at 60 degrees Celsius, which is something else in Fahrenheit, it keeps the place pretty warm. And you know, it's all double pane glass, good storm windows, so it's all well insulated. The only problem is that the floor is really cold, and so Natalia and I have no problem wearing house shoes to keep our feet warm, but little baby Misha here, oh, he likes to take his house shoes off. So that's been a bit of an issue. We've been putting triple socks on him. But anyway, so that's Romania, day 1.5. And we are still here. I had no problem attending my classes today because they're online temporarily because of COVID anyway. And we are planning to stay here until the Moscow situation, or the Russia situation with Ukraine resolves itself. I had an interesting discussion today with the director of the college. So like the college is like a subdivision of the university. Like he's the director of the engineering college at the forestry university. And he I explained to him the situation. I said, we went to Romania. We're going to stay here until things cool down. And he always referred to, he says, oh, I totally understand how the Muscovite troops, the Muscovite, he says, I won't call them Russians because they're not true Russians, because they're not part of the history of Kievan Rus, and these are some different people that are doing this to Ukraine. And they have a more colorful language that I won't share on YouTube. But if anybody's interested in all the insults that Ukrainians have to refer to Putin and his buddies, leave a comment down below and maybe we can start a discussion on that. So anyway, well, hello from Romania. My first time here, definitely Misha's first time here. Misha's first passport stamp, which was pretty exciting. He's got his U.S. passport, and I was 12 when I got my first passport stamp when my mom took me to Mexico, and he's only like 16 months old. So Happy traveling to everyone. I hope that everyone is doing well out there in the world. Take care of each other, call your family, and be well.